What is going on, kings and queens of this wonderful wonderland that we call YouTube? Today we are back once again with another review. This time, however, I'm going to shake things up a little bit. I know it's been a while since I've done a movie-related review, so I figured because I'm currently in between video games right now, playing a couple different ones in the name of making content for the channel, we could do something kind of fun, let our hair down a little bit, and really have fun with this video, which is why we're reviewing Suicide Squad. Now I have to admit that my overall opinion of the movie has changed a lot since it came out. I wasn't as excited as the rest of the world was for Suicide Squad. I basically, when it came down to my initial reaction, whenever anybody talked about it, I just shrugged and said, well, I hope it's good. It might not be, but I hope it is. And really that whole seed of doubt, if you will, excuse me, was planted in my head by none other than what we know as Batman versus Superman. I won't say much. All I'm going to say is I threw up a lot in my mouth watching this movie, and I cried a little bit. And it really made me lose all hope and faith in the DC cinematic universe. And it made it hard to be excited for Suicide Squad coming right off the heels of this utter and complete trash. Need I say more? But admittedly, I still was willing to take a risk. I didn't see it in theaters, but I was running on good faith that of what I was hearing from friends and family that I would like it. So I took my dollar and really kind of dove into it cold turkey when the movie came out. And I was very, I was braced for disappointment, and I was very open to being proven wrong and have the movie actually be good and worth the damn. And boy, was it. I loved Suicide Squad. Loved it so much, in fact, I actually have 2 copies of it. The first copy was a digital one that came with a copy of Assault on Arkham, which of course is an animated movie, if you don't know, where the Suicide Squad breaks into Arkham Asylum. So I got the digital version about a week earlier than everybody else did with the physical copy. Watched it, loved it, ran out day one of Suicide Squad coming out, bought it, watched it again, loved it even more. I think it is a perfect balance, a perfect example of badassness that comes with superhero movies, mixed with comedy, which I'm all about. And it is exactly what I would imagine the Suicide Squad being on the big screen. Now, as far as a rating for this movie, I would feel very confident and very comfortable with giving it a 9.5 out of 10. And I know with me saying that, you're wondering, why is it only a 9.5 out of 10? What is keeping you, Mr. Mad Hatter, from making this a perfect score? And now it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. My overall opinion of the Suicide Squad's Joker. Or should I say Jared Leto's Joker. And I have to admit that my overall opinion of him changed just as drastically as my general opinion of the movie. I went into it hating everything about this Joker. Hating what I was hearing, what I was seeing, the trailers that showed him. I was just very unimpressed. and I was very critical, being the Joker fan that I am. Um, but with time, my attitude kind of changed. Uh, I went from flat out hating this Joker to overlooking a lot. I grew tolerant of the shiny teeth and the tattoos and the kind of weird club gangster attitude that this Joker presents. Um, I was able to give it all a pass. But there is one thing that, as a Joker fan, I can't look over, I can't forgive, and I certainly won't forget, and that is Jared Leto's Joker laugh. I can't even consciously call it a laugh. It was more like a forced and painful cackle. Kind of reminded me of the witch that ate Hansel and Gretel. It was just very weak and underwhelming and bizarre. Like, I knew it would be bad, but I didn't really imagine it to be quite like that. I never would have guessed that he would sound like that in a million years. And I really hope, going forward with Suicide Squad 2 and whatever else they do with him, that the laugh is the one thing that kind of gets tweaked and fixed a little bit. Now I know, of course, that this isn't supposed to be the Joker that we all know and love. It's a different Joker, and they wanted it to be different than everything else we've seen and everything else we know and stand out. I understand that. But regardless of the Joker that you attach it to, the laugh has to be recognizable. It has to be, that psychotic, maniacal laugh that we all know and love, because regardless of the Joker, that is what his fans, like me, look for. And I just didn't get that. And that is the one thing that really got under my skin. And I know there's going to be fans out there that might defend this by saying, Joker really isn't a major character or a major player in Suicide Squad, so why does it even matter? To which my rebuttal would be, on one point, you're absolutely correct. He does not play a major role. The spotlight is not on Joker specifically. It never has been with Suicide Squad. So you're right. However, you are wrong in saying the Joker does not matter. Even though his storyline kind of runs alongside the Suicide Squad storyline, it is very important, because it kind of ties everything in the Suicide Squad together, and it really portrays the relationship and the twisted romance between Harley Quinn and himself. And I think that's something that the movie does really, really well, and that was very nice to see. Overall, though, he's good. He's alright by way of the movie. He's not great. If you're a Jared Leto fan, if you're a Suicide Squad Joker fan, more power to you. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna call you names and try and tear you apart and start a comment war. All I'm saying is he's just not for me. In a list of every Joker that I've seen and liked, he just wouldn't be high on the list. I think he kind of missed some marks, some more important than others, but he's okay. A character that did not miss any marks, in fact, quite honestly, exceeded all my expectations, is of course none other than my love, Harley Quinn. I don't think I have to explain how I feel about Harley Quinn. I don't think I have to explain why I love her. I've shown you my room. You've seen all the Harley Quinn stuff thrown about my office. So you understand where I'm coming from. This Harley was presented in a way that even, like I said, exceeded my expectations. She was sexy, she was quirky, she was funny, everything that I would want in my Harley Quinn, which was enough to make her not only steal the entire movie, but also my heart. My girlfriend hates when I say that, but I'm going to be honest here. I loved her. So, there you have it, I guess. You know, it was a movie that took some time to grow on me, but it did. And I would really recommend it to anybody that was willing to watch it. I think if you're just, whether you be a movie buff, whether you like comic books, whether you like Suicide Squad or not, I would recommend it. And like I said, the only reason why it isn't a perfect 10 out of 10 is just those unforgivable shortcomings from the Joker. But overall, I'm excited to see what lies ahead for us in Suicide Squad 2 and the standalone Harley movie. But to get there, we have to, of course, sift through the crap that will undoubtedly be the new Batman movie. That's a story for another video altogether, though. And, all I have to say is keep your head up, because Harley will no doubt lead the way for us all. So, with that, again, 9.5 out of 10. Loved it. I would recommend it in a heartbeat. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you have seen it, watch it again, because I think it's a movie that deserves to be watched over and over and enjoyed over and over. And yeah. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some video games to play and some content to make. So until next time, as always, I salute you. And remember, we're all mad here.